Hi everybody, Randy Hilarski here, coming at you with my Rooftop Cryptoo Musings. And tonight we're going to talk about HEX T-shares and how you can make sure you don't lose those over time. Because people are very short-sighted in crypto and in life in general. They really don't understand how to either keep their wealth or build their wealth. So one thing I've known, coming from the world of gold and silver and from things like real estate, is that people live off of their assets for a very long time. Say, for example, you have an apartment building in downtown Miami, and you've got 30 apartments. Those 30 apartments, they pay for your lifestyle, they pay your rent, they do all that. You just keep refinancing those houses, and those houses keep giving you money to pay for your lifestyle because inflation keeps going up. Well, what's really cool is that HEX T-shares pretty much do the same thing, because HEX has an inflation rate of 3.69%. That 3.69% gets paid to us, the stakers, those of us who actually take our liquid HEX, burn it, and turn it into T-shares. Now, many of you, the smart ones, did laddering early on in HEX. That means you bought HEX, you staked your HEX, and you staked them for 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, 4 year, up to 15 years, which is pretty normal in the world of CDs. So if you did that, you were very wise. But the problem is, some of you are gonna complete your 2 years or 3 years or 4 years, or maybe you're going to unstake early, and you're going to sacrifice those T-shares that you accumulated over that time. Now, if you have let's take somebody like right now. There's some of us that have HEX T-shares that are stakes that are coming due this year, and say that you have one T-share coming out. So you take that one T-share and it earns you interest. And instead of spending all of the money that you got, say that you received 100,000 HEX, well, let's keep it simple. It was one T-share in 1 year is about 17,000, right? So you take that 17,000 and you earned maybe 6,000-7,000 in interest. Instead of selling your principal as well, you could sell your interest, keep your principal, and then restake your principal out. Beeping their horns. You could restake your principal out past 10 years. And what'll happen? You'll actually get more T-shares. You'll grow your T-shares with the same principal. Why? Because you get 20% more T-shares for every year that you stake up to 10 years. Boom! All right? So instead of losing T-shares, you're actually gaining T-shares. This seems nonsensical. But because we are getting paid the inflation from HEX, and that HEX also pays you more for a longer stake, you can do something like this. So 20% extra per year. So you would just have to go out 5 years to equal the 100%, to equal to what you lost, right? But why? Go out for the full 10. If you were smart and you staked your coins in a staking ladder, you can do this. When it starts coming to the 10-year mark, you're going to have so many stakes. You know, maybe you just had one. Okay, so now you have 2 in year 10. In year 20, you'll have 3. You're starting to get how this works. So keep building your ladders, keep growing your T-shares, because that's the name of the game. It's not about how much HEX you have. It's about how many T-shares you have. So I know that the amount of HEX it costs, or the amount of HEX it takes to get a T-share, keeps going up. It goes up incrementally, but it's pretty slow. I thought it was going to be much faster than this. But the cost, because HEX has gone up in price so much, that the cost has gone up tremendously. So we are at $1,000 per T-share right now. In 10 years, that could be $10,000. All that means that HEX does a 10x. 10x from here is 50 cents. So then you're talking about $10,000 a T-share. But if you were just reusing your principal, right? No worries. You can use that principal over and over and over again. Just stake it for 10 years. After the first 10 year comes out, then you're just going to be keeping the same amount of T-shares because you're restaking the same principal. Maybe you have to take a little bit of extra of the interest to get to that point. That's okay. By that time, if HEX is so valuable, for example, say that HEX is $1 by then, and right now it takes 17,700 HEX to get a T-share. At that time, it might take 19,000 HEX to get a T-share. But at the end of the stake, you're getting back, let's just throw a guess out there. Let's say you're getting back 30,000 HEX. So it might only take 20,000. You get to sell 10,000 at $1 each. You still made 10 grand. Starting to get it? So this isn't rocket science, but for crypto people and for old world mentality, this is kind of difficult to wrap your heads around. But I got it. It took me some time to understand. I do have some HEX stakes coming out here in the first year that I'm going to restake the principal, and I will sell some of my interest. I got a life to live, guys. All right? So keep stacking those T-shares. Go out 10 years, you're going to get 5 times as much T-share. Cheers.